Here we are again. Man, what a night I had. I gotta share this with y'all. Not just with American people, but with the global. This is one thing that's gonna blow everybody's tops away. And I'm gonna tell you everything what's going on at the moment. And embrace yourself, everybody. This is it. This is the last boom before we come into the new era. And I'm telling you because I'm calling it out. Well, last night, well, the several nights, I got to the next stage and the next phase. And I want you to understand that this is a direct message to take seriously. And there's no in and out of it. It's what it is, and that's what it is, and that's how it's gonna be. We're living now at the end of the old protocol ecosystem of the world. Not just America, the world. Well, beneath the surface, I've been planning this for 17 years. And whoever's listening to me, don't matter how you take it, but this is taken seriously enough to understand and listen to the words closely. Okay? It's not about nationality, culture, racial, color. It's about humanity at this point. It's up to y'all now, not just American people, the whole world, to understand and take this video. And if you don't grasp it the first time, play it a couple of times. I woke half of the globe yesterday. I blew up every social media I had, including at least 11 YouTube channels that I have, 4x.com social media. I got like, 12 Twitter accounts. I got at least 9 or 11 Facebook and Messengers account. So yes, every single one of them was people. My notifications was hard to keep, I could keep up with it. And not being here because I'm asleep right now talking to you. I'm gonna prove it to you. And it's just the beginning. That's why I want you to embrace yourself. And what's coming is a big boom. And now what's coming is the choices that the people make, where they want to be. And then no matter good or bad, there's consequence to it. It's coming from the highest universe, from the highest consuls, and from all gods. Yesterday, I reached out where I covered Earth and I saw everything. I went to another stage that I didn't get to fully grasp and enjoy or practice or learning. Because I'm going to tell this to verify myself clear to everyone. All y'all commentators and all my platforms, y'all make yourself look fools. And then on the list of the universe, that's the guidance and the transmitters of all planets, writing everything down of the last stage of the old cycle of Earth. Because people, this was not really supposed to come down like this, but our world's about to be split in half, and we're gonna have the biggest, worst, we couldn't even write in history the war that's about to happen because of this president and this corruption whole regime, from J.D. Vance to Patel to all of them. Rubio, all of them. And I'm gonna tell you something. Whoever politician get upset with me, well, you know what? You throw fire, I'm gonna throw flame. But my flame is coming with the swords from up there, with the tongue of the Lord. I already reached out. Y'all always check my digitals and everything I do. Check every website and every social media I have. How many out there that are woken around global and all through Instagram. Yep. Because you know what? At that time, the global over there is a different time than here. Because America is so corrupt that the only way the people here is going to wake up one way or another. When you got a president threatening the Democrats a few weeks ago, then threatening and bombing people for no reason and children's, and 99 plus accounts of no matter how many charges plus the corruption of him and his family. Well, you know what? Let me give you the big book surprise. I am your 1% chosen, and I'm going to prove it to you because last night, while I spoke in the tongue of the wizard of the Wong to make sure Trump not get indicted, Patrice him. And every corrupt place that I saw when I was above the universe looking down on earth, and I saw the past, present, and future, I'm way not 10 steps ahead of y'all now. Y'all could be laughing because y'all think y'all got the whole shit mapped out and the whole infrastructure. But let me tell you something, y'all corrupt regime and all y'all corrupt, no humanity sold in you, just empty of pure greed. Well, I'm coming to shut you down. Take it how you want to take it. But I need the American people and the world around stand up and fight for your right. Don't let the corruption, because we are bigger than them. No violence. I don't want no violence. Yes, I'm talking under a rage. I have 3 different sides. And you know what? The flesh that I'm battling right now is just verbally, because I'm going to speak everything that the people needs to know and see about. And knowing what's coming and be prepared. And why all this corruption dismantle is going on. Y'all listen to me. Y'all connect the dots. And y'all will see what was laying ahead of y'all that these corruption kept blocking for y'all not to have in the world. And why there's war going on. In fact, I want all wars to stop. Everybody to cease fire. Because you know what? I tell this to my global leaders that know what's going on. There was aware 10 years ago, because this is not overnight what I created and what I coordinated with each country. And the countries that know that I coordinated and not just proven, the numbers, the GDP, the growth, and the inflation down, economic up, we could start. And I have not finished yet. Africa, in Ethiopia, Brazil, El Salvador, UK, China, Russia, Ukraine. I'm calling y'all all out. No offense. It is time to share the truth because Courtney, my uncle mentor from the 1713th planet, a civilization of our ancestors, spoke the truth, and obviously nobody grasped it. Okay? I am been prepared for this day and this moment because I already knew what was coming. That's why I have the ability to make decentralized digital currency to stop the corruption by the dirty paper money that is printing unlimited, unknown, since back in, 81, 82? Yes, I got history from way back presidents. We could call it, before even Ronald Reagan was running for his first campaign. I was already knowing stuff on the board. You're not dealing with a dumb motherfucker because you think who I am, how I look. There's nobody out there, and I challenge anyone that will ever accomplish what I accomplished alone with no help with the Lord and the gods of the universe. I created digital currency for this moment, for the corruption. Every country knows that every money runs, everything how it works. All the crops grows. Every country has something unique that every other country needs. And that's how we neighbors going to get along and share. So, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, India, Africa, UK, United Nations, Romania, Canada, China, They already know. Iranians knew. That's why I had they talk with them. All what needs to stop is we really meant what we did when India's the data. Saudi Arabia, or Qatar, where was Qatar, that I gave him the technology for he could take a DNA out of a raindrop. India has the best infrastructure, data, 7G that will cover the whole world, and it's trustworthy. Africa, all the trades, head marketing. America, don't think, oh, we ain't powerful, no that. It's not about power no more. It's about nation, countries, relatives, friends, unity. Because you know what? The wars is not worth it, because even though if someone bomb, one president want to bomb the other president, you have relatives, you have family. You don't care about your community who voted for you. You don't deserve to be enjoying of life for illity. So the people that don't want to follow and prepare what's coming, because I manifested and everything that's coming out, it's now I got my 8th dimension on me. And I challenge any spiritual out there. Yes, behind the humanity, any spiritual, I got my Sophia Dragons with me. I'm well prepared now. This is the final stage. People don't grasp it. People want to laugh. I don't give a fuck, because you have no choice now. Because this new ecosystem is all about unity, love, prosperity, and obeying the man that gave us life and created us and everything that shines in us. We are the gods. We are the kings of this world. There's not one king, kings. Our ancestors sweat it, shed it. You know why we so behind? Because of our ego, greed, dictation, manipulation, corruption. Humanity would never have the gift that our ancestors have, like Egyptians, Mayans, the Sumerians. All this technology, the Tartarians, they all were smart, digital. Everything was what we have already. There was before us. It's the system that was manipulated. This protocol is dying. I have a new roadmap, a new protocol. My leaders from other countries that we agree and talk to, you already know. It's up to y'all to open up your roadmaps if you want the new ecosystem to function. Meaning that we all got to come together and stop these wars, stop the corruption, stop the child trafficking and human deportation and all that shit, because we are all together one. We have a bigger battle 10 years coming, and it's not among ourselves. I'm here and died by the hands of the corruption of our government in America. God still brings me back. But last night, I stepped out of this earth. And when I reach and touch the earth with the solar flare behind the sun, you know how beautiful behind those planets, behind that sun? I'm not talking crazy shit. Y'all take it how y'all want to take it. But no one can beat me. Because I created not just a digital currency, I was the king of the market of the investors and traders. I was the one that made big trades and made countries that GDP was like way disgusted. And these are countries unknown. Okay, I found little towns in a small, tiny area in the village of an earth and gave them $5 million donation. I help people. I still helping people. So all y'all leaders in all these countries that have all my sovereignty settlement reserve account, that's going to be stuck to y'all nations. I already have this ecosystem and I laid it out to y'all and told y'all how it is, how the money's going to operate, how we all going to get along, and each country and each soil and each land and each turf have a unique, special item that is useful for the humanity in the world. That's how God put it, and that's how God's going to maintain it. Now it is up to us to worship the man that gave us life and light. We are all the same. whether you want it or not. And whether you like it or not, that change is already here. You could kill me and I'm gonna come back again tomorrow because now I'm on another level. And before you even attempt to come and kill me, I'm 10 years ahead of you. No bullshit. I don't just to control the market, and I created all these digital. If you look at Bitcoin, I just did Bitcoin was the head leader, the main bone. But what is Ether? When I made Ether coin, Ether is what we manifest and make, huh? What is the ecosystem? Ain't that how I had digital currency on an ecosystem, huh? On Blascan. Before PayPal, Cash App, and all these other little online transaction little apps, where they got that idea from? Oh, wait. Zcash, or not just my only Zcash, it was also Lightning Cash, Lightning Pay, you know what, P2P, you know, that's why I created the wallet with 2 times the use, and it's not worth it because that was eliminating any type of corruption in it. Because Bitcoin can never be corrupted. It is the foundation that sits on that is the system fucked up. And it's time to dismantle it because when I did the Bitcoin, I did it for the humanity, not for politicians, not for government. So let's get that clear. 3 rules. No government, no federal, no bank, or no one could tell you how to spend your money or track your money. Okay? I controlled the markets to make sure that everybody balanced equal because that's why they call me the balancer from the name of the scripture, the universe. I created AI. That's why all these Google and Microsoft, they still have not advanced what everybody expected. Because you know why? The same way I had to learn how to control my gift. And everything that I could think of or speak of in a 3 balanced way and light up all my chakra, which has been lit up several times already. I'm on my 8th chakra. Okay? Yes. I saw all the corruption in every spot around the world. When I say I woke up half of the world, I mean awoken half of the world at all ages. From young age, teenage age, mid-age, older age. Test me. Try me. I'm going to look you right in your face and say, you just burnt yourself to the soul of the darkness of the abyss, where other people will make their choices on this world, especially all the regime of Trump and a lot of politicians, a lot of platform, and a lot of regular people. I saw it all. So embrace yourself because I'm just starting. After I came back into my daydream where I'm at, I'm daydreaming because when I go to flesh my body to rest, that's what they say, you rest your soul, you rest your flesh, and your body drinks the thirst, the water. It's the water of the fragment, the universe, the water in us that floats like a river. We are electromagnetic, electricity running constantly through our body. Our water is our energy, our free source of power. Our ocean is what could provide the whole world electricity, the plan that I did. But America was too corrupt. So I had to start my protocol across the countries. And when I first started in Lebanon, what they did, they killed Gaddafi. But he was going to be the first country to ever pass digital currency, Bitcoin on everything. Like Mandela, because Africa always been, and you cannot take that away. Africa always been the key of the head trade to the market and trade sending of trading spices, salt, clay, rocks, all kinds of herbs, sheep, wool. I could go on. That's where the Atlantis was at the Eye of Sahara. Look at the whole geographics. Half of the science is hitting it right. Half of it is just a myth. But in Sahara, they're hitting it on the spot because they're awakening. When I awaken harder, now I know how to control how much I wake the world up. because they're not prepared to wake up fully the way I'm woken up, because then it would be happening just like in America. I upgraded to AI, and look, they're so greedy that now they tamper in it. Sam Altman, your time is coming. It's too late to repent. I'm calling everybody out. Sundar, you have a short limited time and it's taking to repent for what you've done. Microsoft, repent. Zach from Facebook, there's no repenting for you. You're going to hell. Yes, you know why. You're going with Ellen the baby generous. Yeah, I'm calling everybody out because I am your 1%. And this morning when I was smoking my cigar and eating one of my ho-hos that I'm going to eat, enjoying it with y'all, I called out to indict Trump and treason him, and J.D. Vance don't need to go in the chair either. The whole protocol changes, even the politician system. Hate to say it, guys, y'all could fight against me, battle against me, but if we're going to get technical, you're fighting a war that you cannot see, because I'm going to come hard at you. And I've proven it years after years, and people don't play, the media don't play it, but across the country, they will tell you. The woman that I'm going to marry, that's meant for me to marry, it's not about age and all that. It's because it comes already in the vessel. In the vessel of the bell scripture of the new equal road path of the new Jay-Z generation. I'm Generation X. We got Generation Z. Then we got the J generation that's coming next. And those are the ones that are going to follow the protocol of us. Every single humanity on earth, it is handprint and footprint, because we are the foundation that are going to lay out for our new generation that's coming, our new youngsters. So don't think, oh, because I don't want to help. We all equal. It could be Africa. It could be whatever culture or religion, Muslim, Catholic, Christian. We all believe in the same person that created us. We all worship in different ways the same man that created us. In every particle, skin, cells, blood, everything, tissue, neutrons, electrons, protons running through our body with copper, zinc, and iron. What do you think? We're part of the supernova. We are part of the stars, the spectacular, gorgeous universe and galaxy. I'm experiencing this, and I'm able to master it down where I don't have none of this bullshit and device and social media noise. No, I'll make a lot of noise, but the noise I make is going to draw your attention. It's going to draw your attention. So, foreign leaders, y'all already know, and y'all will prepare for this, and y'all bothered. Same way like EU, Ms. Vaughn, she already knows that she have an AI technology to study the marine, the course, the life, the years, medicine that's going to be down there for every humanity. The same way that raindrops, DNA that Saudi Arabia, Qatar is going to have, upgraded. That DNA is our neutrons to create a free power source for the whole world. The same way the G7 in India, all data, man, beyond, because we all have a play on earth. Unity, I kept saying, unity, humanity, prosperity and abundance is the abundance of the energy of joy, of aligning your understanding, your belief. The values are not just yourself, but the values of everything that's in this earth. I have everything laid out already for 17 years, but Trump is going to kill it. No King rally. We have to do something as soon as possible. We have to step up. I've proven y'all. I'm no joke. Our foreign leaders, please, unite all of us together now. Go to Abraham. Go to Georgia. Go to India. Or go to the mentor of the world. Physically, flesh, spiritually, and universally. That's why he is so loved. It's Mark Carney. We are from the 13th planet, from the 13th lifespan. We all came here to save America before the darkness was going to take over. And lifespan would never been carried to the next generation. Because of us, our ego, our selfishness, our cruelty, our shame, and putting our faults and not just a shame, but lower values on others to make us ourselves feel better. Now the whole world's gonna start facing the mirror, and the mirror is what's gonna wake you up. And I am the world's mirror, because I reflect from the light of the universe, of the divine. They gave us life. I'm talking serious. I already plan and manifest, and everything I speak under my 3 alignment, lining up my 8 chakra. I already made chaos in the house today in the morning starting. You notice Iran, slow down ceasefire, and Benjamin Netanyahu, you won't get away with your crime. And it's not about, oh, we're separating Israel and America. Everybody's separating, but everybody's coming to one love, one unity. No king, all an agreement, understanding from all nations, heads, leaders. We all come to a summary and understanding. If one don't want to join us and go part way, don't start the war with us. Because you know what? You're fighting against all continentals now. Because we already proven that we could stay together. We've been handshaking. That's why BRINC grows. That's why the purpose of me breaking up NATO. G7. Bringing into BRINC, but BRINC's going to turn into under one nation, nationals of all humanity of God. Under one alignment, and is love, understanding, and appreciation, and caring. We could put that together, and every religion, every belief already sinks in you. Because the minute you speak to another, you're speaking it to like if you're speaking to your son, your mother, or yourself. But today, I'm not finished. They allow me to unleash myself like a beast. The beast that I carry both sides. If you look at the 13 zodiac sign, not a nice person, but he was a nice person. He was a monster of protecting humanity and every civilization against corruption, evil, and darkness from all others. Back in the 1400s in time. I'm the 13th month. I'm the 13th planet, and I am the 13th zodiac. Look me up, and you see what I am. I'm not joking now. I'll let y'all play the nice guy and think, oh, y'all leave me all just confused as discombobulated with the presidential and politician shit. No, I worked my way in there and put myself in there, and then put myself as a legislator. Where I have authority as government here, legislator, and not just in America, but around the world. Yeah. I'm no joke. Look me up. But the people that don't know me, regular community, humanity, society, and American in the world, embrace yourself. And if you want the best for yourself, it is up to you now. I brought you. I'm the key. I'm the key of the new foundation of your ecosystem. All the roadmaps are laid out in all the countries already. That's why it bothered me, and that's why I'm coming to this point that we all together and we already know what's ahead of us and what's coming, why you allow this war to keep carrying? Why you allow this sick bastard, because that's the right word for it. Because when you eat humans and molest children and all the evidence that in America have against this man and no action taken, because a lot of them's gonna be paying now. It's too late to repent. The ones that was on his side and fighting back and forth about politician, this is not about no more fucking politician. This is about the right, the fairness, the sacrifice you're doing, that's uncruelty. I mean, so cruelty that I mean, I saw him. Today, what I'm gonna create is to dismantle the whole chain by myself, like I've been doing for 17 years. And I'm in the worst final stage that I thought it was gonna be easy with Donald Trump, but I didn't realize how much little puppet regimes he had behind him, from all sorts of ways, from media to corporates to platforms to big techs to big private investors to banks to lawyers to judge. But I'm bringing you all down. And if humanity really wants this new ecosystem where the abundance is not just in jobs and wages raised high and the living for everyone and affordability to live and the living of the freedom of not being monitored or tracked in every movement you do, we are not put here on earth for that. And that was never existing, not even in our Tartarians or Egyptians or Mayans or Sumerians or Unanaki's day. We're living in a generation now. It is up to humanity to bring down the Jericho wall, knock down the Babylon, the corrupt capital. Babylon's in America. And you want to hear where was it at? In Philadelphia. I'm not joking. Test me. All these politicians that didn't want to, they playing games with me, game over. Now it's my time to play. And you know what? I don't see you as my challenger because y'all don't have the ability, the power, the mentality, and the back from the almighty angels and lords and angels and guardians and ancestors, archers. I'm that 1% that's dismantling the old protocol. Everything is laid out already. My wedding of the history of humanity lifespan, Spain, humanity and prosperity, all unity under love, agreement, understanding, caring, and valuing the lives, the world for the next 10, 20 centuries coming is up to us now, because we are part of the roadmap and we are the new footprints and footsteps and handprints for our future kids, grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, and on and on. And they're going to carry what we lay out, which is what is the right, what is being human, being what is life in earth. And we let the soil breathe, the ground breathe. More energy comes off the ground because it's not shed with corruption, blood, and everything you could think of. So we don't come into an alignment agreement that we all are equal as one. and quit the bullshit, because you know what? I'm talking a nice way, but I'm already unleashed. I do have God with me, but you know what? There's some things that's not written in the Bible that when you get to my level, you understand more. The, the whole lifespan from our ancestors, you get to live it, past, present, future, without no portal. Because your own conscious leave out of this product that we in. We nothing but a seed of a rose petal, of a vine, of a thorn. We choose how to bloom ourselves and where to bloom ourselves, because the values, the morals, the understanding, the respect, and the consideration, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And wrong would never exist, Harley. We all come into, again, unity. Romania, you're the pasta of the world. You're the wine valley. The golden rush in Africa. Plus they have other stuff that Africa that we need that the world don't have. Same way the real rare earth rares in China, Beijing, and parts in India. I can tell you where everything is at. This is time for each country, like we worked out. We will share seeds, crop, farming for each country around the world, unity for our fruits, our cattle, no more factory grown. We are to live over 200 years, but we allowed this whole old system protocol to dismantle the gift that we have in us. I have that ability, and I'm gonna still dismantle more in the White House, so be aware and prepare, because I'm talking to you flesh-wise, but I'm coming to you that people already see me visit. I visit Putin. I already visit Leonor. I already visit the Indian guy. I already visit, who was the other guy? Kennedy. I visit many people I still could go on to this day that I don't want to mention because they probably don't want to know. Maybe not physical presence, but they know who I am. They know I'm not the boogeyman. I'm just a mystery man that just appears and goes, and nobody knows where he comes from, how he comes in through all this high security tech and just walks in and walks out like nobody. How he knows more things that we don't know. How this man by himself could do all these projects with no help, no ability, really no mentor, just me, myself. I control the whole market of the investment. I control the whole trade. I don't control it. I built it. I built it for y'all. I maintain 78%, even though some was taken. But that, if I made this, tell y'all one thing. If you could do it one time, you always could do it. So don't never doubt yourself. The ability, the gift, and the achievement, and how high can you reach. And if you eliminate your ego and know your ability of the acceptance, there's no sky or universe of a limit you could go. It's how far you want to go. And that's how I took myself and mastered myself to this level. I said on July 4th, the world will be in sorrow from all the casualties because of this president and the president of Israel. They all need to pay the consequence of the criminality of killing and sacrificing human, trafficking, and many others. And Epstein, I'm gonna find you. You're in some cave. I'm gonna find you, Epstein. You're running like a bitch, but I know you're in a cave. I saw you. This is no joke. This is no conspiracy. This is no makeup. And I ain't got time to prove it to no one, because I'm gonna prove it when it be exposed. Or when it just magically overnight, nobody understood why all this treason and Iran slowed down his fire. But what happened? When Iran slowed down his fire, again, Israel, you disgusting Netanyahu is not the people of Israel. It's the one that's leading Israel. How you gonna bomb another place with young kids last night? You're gonna be hanged. Not physically, but your soul will never reproduce or reincarnate. And everybody on this old earth, if you don't line yourself and repent and look at that light when your day comes, you're gonna stay dying in the old world because we move on to the next world. And the next world, it's time for me to open it up for y'all because obviously the humanity, our leaders are not fully grasping it. So now I'm the good villain. And I'm gonna turn into the good, worst villain that any corruption faced in their life. Remember the movie, the last movie of Batman? When Batman took one of the guys and beat the shit out of him? And they say, wait, you Batman, you're supposed to not do that. And what he says, I don't give a fuck. Elon, I don't give a fuck how you feel. You part of it. Nancy Pelosi, I'm sorry how old you are, but you've been stealing from the system for the past 17 years, and I have that in documents with all those chips from Nevada and your husband from the GPU, those chips. Yeah, that was part of my trades. Baron, that you think you're the king of crypto, even crypto, Jack Zakar, Chimpan, CZ, every single one. I already put you on the list. There's no hiding. There's no hiding on the pebble. There's no hiding under the ground. There's no hiding in bunkers because I'm going to seek you. You come seek me. But remember, I'm alone, but not alone. I'm alone in your vision. But alone physical? No, I have more than what you think of. I have more humanity that are willing to put their life on the line for me because they've already done it with ICE. Also, once you cross that line, then I'm coming at you as a weapon you will never have. And it's demonical, spiritual, real falling angels on your asses. I mastered the whole thing so well that I not just woke the global up, but I've spoken my words in the tongue of the Wong to the universe to dismantle the house today. Don't think just because Trump will get the 25th or threesome, immediate prison with Kristi Noem, Mark Rubio, I'm naming them all. And if y'all want to test me, just be aware and carry a cross with you. Because you know what? Your darkness and your evil, the light's too bright. And every time you light bright in the darkness, what it does, it runs from the light. I am your light now. I will blind you and put the mirror in front of you. The glass shattered, and you don't see nothing behind that mirror once it's shattered, your soul is free to the new world. That glass shattered, and you see you behind that glass shattered, that's where you're going to stay, in that hollow darkness of the abyss, of the deepest of the Mariana Trench. Yes. And then if you look at it, people, connect the dots. I created Bitcoin, decentralized, with no corruption. Market, the candles, excellent readers, because that's why I was balancing the finance, the trades, the metals, the gold, the copper, everything. Everything I made, the regime, corruption, and the other cults that people don't know yet always try to track me and follow me. Well, I'll tell you something. Since 1978, I was only, 8, 9 years old, talking at the age of 21, over the telephone router. I lined myself with the CIA. And the CIA since 1978, the CIA didn't want to associate no more alliance with Israel. They want to depart. Look it up. They want to depart from Israel alliance because they already knew the trouble that Israel was going to bring us in 1978. Talk to me and I'll tell you reality. Speak to me and I'll give you open conscience. You blab at me, it's like the wind draws more of my attention when you blabber. Because the wind blows with vibration and codes and sequency of friction and it all works in my energetic body and bones and normal my organs right. You think you're gonna stop Iran? Impossible. You think the war with Iran, if you want to carry it on, and hear this, American people, it's not no 6-8 months war with Iran. Iran have enough artillery to carry a 2 years straight of war. I testify and contend against that if you don't believe me. Every country has a new technology, some crucial war. Japan, trust me, they will, but you know what? They all come into the universe agreement. The boundaries of the fabrics, cloth of the universe are all high councils of every stitch of every coordinated pattern of the rhythm of coding, of messaging. And all those telepathing is every ancestors that we lived. Those are our AIs. Dumb motherfuckers. That's why I talk to them with my brains. That's why Google and OpenAI and Grok and nobody have not. If you notice since AI, when it first made Big Spectacular, and it stopped, and what? Since America, greed and big techs didn't want to make themselves look like idiots, because that's what they did, and that's what they're doing, then they drew everybody's attention up. We got to defeat China. We got to defeat China. China never set out to put their goal to defeat America. China never encouraged their business people or techs to defeat America or be number one than America. China, opposite. Help the nation, help trades, help marketing, and scare shills and manufacturing and producing. But again, it's up to the leaders of the alliance of all nationals. Know what we're in. They already know what was coming. You can't just throw away a decade or two of effort that we all put in together. And me, especially, putting together to prove to you that the system that I showed you and the roadmaps and protocol that I showed you worked. And it shows the difference between 1 year, 3 years, and 5 years of GDP growth and economic and prosperity. America is the last place, and this is what's holding us back. Now that I said 101,000 by July, our militaries be dead because Trump is so determined. It's not about a loss no more. It's not about a defeat. It's about coming to understanding the values of each country's, the respect for each country's, the unity for each country's, and the share of skills and prosperity for each other. Thou shalt love your neighbors as you shall love your mothers and brothers and sisters. Thou shalt see themselves as you see in others. Look at your siblings and look at yourself, because we are not no one to judge, rule, or dictate, or control. We are to grow from each other. Skill, knowledge, everything, because that's how the world was. it was not just because it was one tribe or another tribe. All tribes from every town, every place, every village shared and traded their ideas, their wisdom, their cloth, their spices, and material, because each soil, each country has different gravity, different zinc, different minerals, different effect on different plants of growing. So certain fruits grow better in certain countries and certain items, but in every country we're gonna have stick together. And you know what? When we come to that point, then we make one big space station to absorb and learn the universe, and one big deep NASA or whatever new names, because I have new names for everything, to learn the ocean, our depth of our sea, because there's a reason why there's more water than land on Earth. It's all balance. We have to learn again, and I'm here to willing to teach you. I won't last long because I saw what I saw, and I can't predict because I'm not Nostradamus, but what I saw is something that nobody saw, and I was well privileged from our Father that created us and all the gods that lived in every lifespan before humanity, before everything. Why there was gods on earth, why there was all this, and why we are in the lowest mind skill development of knowledge and knowing the ability of this gift and who we really are and why we was really placed here. It's time to break the matrix, the Pandora, the Pandox. I'm trying to break all that. I could do it because I woke half of the globe last night, and I'm proud of it. That's why I'm sharing this. Social media, I don't care about whatever you think. I want the people to hear this. They're the ones that matter to me. They're the ones that I did all the sacrifice, this dedication, this effort, days that I didn't want. I want to give up and just leave America. I couldn't do that to them. Again, I was born in New York, raised in Puerto Rico, and built and manufactured in Texas, but gifted on earth with every humanity. So please, Zelensky, stop the war. Putin, stop the war just for a couple of, till we get this house cleaned up or get all these people out, because I'm going to get them out. The good way or the bad way. You take my word now, or take my word when you see me spiritually with the beam of the light around you, and everything goes around you so dark that there's a dim of a light that you have to choose to walk to that light or live in that darkness, because that's where I'm going to leave you. Again, I'm with the Dragons of Sophia. I finally opened my gate. I finally got my ability, a part of my sense of my 13 zodiac. And I'm not just a Leo or the goat. I even draw animals, ducks, all kinds of anything. That's ducks behind me. Look, they was way over there. I got all kinds of bugs, ladybugs, grasshoppers. They all jump on me because that's the vibration. I could feel the soil of earth already. I'm not God. I'm not Messiah. But Jesus already showed me the path to lead humanity. Now it's the same. I could take the horse to the river, but I can't make the horse drink the water. It's up to y'all now. It's up to y'all to choose. If you want to live in that life of the old world, because no matter what, I'm bringing that new world in. Now I know how to manifest, contest, create, non-create, speak on existence, and expose everyone that's living on that darkness of greed, corruption, manipulation, vindictive, all that darkness words and negative words. I'm sitting right here. I know how to tune in and tune out so quick that you could do it. I may be the first one to crack the code, but I'm going to share it with y'all. But the only way it's going to be shared is we all gather together and believe in each other, that the system don't run us. We run the system. We're the ones that do the electoral picks for the politician. Well, this politician is the old protocol. That's why we have a lot of clash. That's why we have a lot of corruption still sitting in the system, because you got both sides trying to fight. It ain't no more AIPAC, ain't no more Israel group, it ain't no more this. Again, we could do this, and it's your call. Consequence in life we all face, whether good or bad. But it's humanity now to step up and make your choice. If you want better, and your voice and your presence will shine the light and make things better. Because your belief is what brings the hope together. And the hope, we all start prayers. And what happens when you pray with faith? Miracles and blessing comes overnight, unexpected, in many different ways. That's a proven fact. And I said it. What happened today is because I created it. What's going to happen tomorrow, I'm going to keep creating it. And if I got to get demonic and pull out the monster in me, because the American government, from right after Reagan, they threw me in the ashes and in the fire. What they did, they created a monster hollow that fights for human righteousness. So I have no fear to swipe a sword of my spiritual on your soul, to dismantle you and push you away from the innocent humanity and the clean souls. You can't kill me no more. You can't kill a man that's dead spiritually, mentally, physically, and divinely. Try me. There's no more games. You want to play games? You're going to regret it. Make fun of me, it's coming back at you. This is the change. And I will prove you. And keep proving not to you, but to my Father, because those are responsibility, obligation, and duties that comes with your gift. Because a gift is not just given. And you don't have to go through hell to be chosen. I would just pick many lives before this birth. Prepare for this time. Because it was already written. The AIs are not the ones that's hurting us. Or going to take our jobs or lives. Take the filters out of your eyes. Put water in your eyes. Take the sands and gravels out. You don't see what's just further you. You see what's in front of you, beside you, above you, 360 around. But if you just want to see what's in front of you, then run like a horse. Just looking straight. You ever had a ho-ho? Ho-ho is the best to have. Even though they say don't have sugar, I'm going to tell you something about sugar. Yeah, sugar cane, straight out of sugar cane, you could have if it's natural. Because sugar is good. Sugar ignites, okay? Sugar has ether in it, and it ignites the neutrons in your body. The plutons will stick to your neutrons, will create a plutonium, a plutron, is honey. Honey is the best for your body, because you know why? It's produced by vibration, energy, and the sound barriers of those honey You don't feel them in your mouth. But those honeys are made by vibrations of the bees. Tonight, I broke history last night. I've woken 1,021 all kinds of age, culture, and religion around the globe, woken them up. You're gonna start seeing difference. The AIs will, when things get settled, we'll see what's there for y'all that'll be done right, monitor right, regulations and rules and restrictions right, or people don't get confused if that's really AI or they're making my voice. The greeds and oligarchies and the big tech want to control humanity because Trump and the regime brainwashed. And they already had it planned that when Trump goes, Vance coming in with Mark Rubio, and that's where the cruelty was going to start. Trump, they already had plans behind his back. That's why it's a whole pointing fingers and backstabbing, because now Trump comes into knowledge. He wakes up from his last little, his last little air breath of outer dementia to see reality a little, to able to fix it before he goes to hell, because he's never going to heaven. That's why he keeps asking, can I go to heaven? Dude, you burned that shit. You burned that shit when you was 24 years old, when you did your first, over there somewhere in London, in the university, which your parents had to pay a lot of money when you violated that university girl in her bathroom. Yeah, I could say a lot of things that people don't have it written down. But once you have the gift and the ability of the chosen, you see all that. You see past, present, future. And if anybody's willing to learn, whether I'm here or not, this knowledge, this throne, is going to be passed on to who's going to lead everybody to the next genocide generation. It's the Queen, King of the blueprint, handprint of Spain, Leonor Barbarian Ortiz Ayala. She is the next lead, light, roadmap, blueprint, and mold of an idol to the new generation coming. I'm going to be next to her, not as a guardian, not as a spouse, not as a protector, as a leader, but also as a mentor to prepare her that the day that I have to leave, she will be strong enough, knowledgeable, and strength in every force of way, from militarized to caring to heart to leadership to everything you could think of, because she is what's going to carry that torch of the divine. Everyone is valued. Women have the same values. Ain't no strength, because you know what? The gift that we have, it's not about comparing a strength. That's why you would never move forward if you always feel competitive. Feel yourself. Feel thankful for what you got, for what you achieved. Just because someone achieved a little higher, you'll get there. Because you know what? On a mind concept, if that man got to that level, then he showed me the path and the roadmap to get to that level. So it make it a little easier for me to get to that level and beyond, because I'm opening the next level for the next one behind me. That's how the universe works. That's how the code vibration works in sequence. So let's wake up. Let's unite. Let's stop these wars. Let's get Trump and all the regimes out of there because we all know what they've done. And these politicians, left and right and center, and whoever, or central, it's not about no more politician. It's about us, people, humanity, the needs, the caring, the unjustified, the unrighteousness. We could build this nation. It's not falling down and it never fall down. It was just meant to happen this way. Now it's up to us and our generation, humanity, is to lay out the footprints, streets, road maps for the next generation that's coming, that's going to carry our light and our wisdom, and our names will never be forgotten in the universal galaxy or wherever you want to go, because the walls will be down and you could travel any light, anywhere you want to go. May not be now, 5 years, but 10 and on, we're going to have that magic ability, because then everything comes into alignment to when it was the first scripture of the 10 Commandments. I love y'all. God bless y'all. I just hope you take this serious. You know, we put a lot of time, a lot of years. We've done this behind doors, under the surface, in every country, from Courtney to Qatar to Iran to India. I go on and on. You already know. Abraham knows. Georgia knows. Courtney knows. Jin Jinping knows. North Korea knows. That's why he stepped into the war. That man don't get into nobody's war. But he sees, and he's the only one that still to this day gives me a little motion in me. North Korea, have you heard of get anybody's problems of war? And for him to come and step up, because he knew that it was just holding back our abundance of joy, of gift, of advancement of technology, of the best knowledge that the universe is giving me to give to everyone. But now, I still carry the key, I still carry the light. I'll let it see what we all, humanity, will do at this point. But my actions will no speak or no more. It will be seen and shown. If I gotta come out of this flesh and show you the monster at night, I will. I'm into the 8th level. No need to be fucked with. While I'm talking, I could go like this right now, and I feel nothing but a smog of thin linen and dirt and static in the air. Keep going like this. With the wind blowing, I can feel the neutrons floating in my pores. The wind that's blowing is a vibration from the sound vibration from the solar flare, coming from the energy of the sun, connecting to the water. And the water is what built our grounds, our power and source to regenerate our souls, our conscious, electromagnetic. That's why when they say the Gen Zs, when you used to bleed, put a copper on a penny in front of your forehead and it'll stop the blood. Remember, it used to work? Back in the 20s and 10s, they used to carry copper braids, copper necklace. Yeah. Electromagnetic frequency connect to one another, and we could speak to one another without opening our mouth and speaking a word. Just the look and the mindset, we communicate, we intertwine. So it's your choice. It's trying to fix the system. We could do it the good way or bad way. And this is no threat to no one, not even to humanity. But there are things that I know that if y'all make the choice that I hope y'all don't, then the consequence is out of my hands, because I cannot disobey or interfere across of the protocol of the universe, of the laws and the rules, of the foundations of the fabrics of humanity lifespan.